Hi there. Welcome to this week's Vinyasa Flow class. Um, in the spirit of the holidays, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Um, I have a kind of a full body conditioning, fun power flow for us to do together. No props necessary unless you know you need them and you like using them. Um, it is always nice to have a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks at home, a book or a water bottle can work. So, like I said, I won't be demoing with props, but if you know that they help in your body, then by all means grab them. Um, Modify as needed. Choose your layer, choose your own adventure, and listen to your body. If something hurts, stop, readjust. And if you have any questions about different modifications, just send me an email at mccowncolleen@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll meet on our mats in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. So come onto your back, press your soles of your feet together and let your knees open wide. If this is too intense, maybe this is the first thing you're doing this morning, you can also place pillows under the thighs to take a little bit of the weight, the intensity out. And then let's bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Close the eyes here and just give yourself a moment to arrive here on your mat. Deepen the breath. With each exhale, see if you can let go. Go of everything that's happening out there in the world. Give yourself permission to just be here now. Let's together take a deep inhale through the nose. And then gently sigh the air out the mouth. One more time, just like that. Deep inhale through the nose. And then open mouth, gently sigh the air out. And seal the lips now. Begin inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Full, complete breaths. See that they are smooth and even, samavriti, finding balanced breath. You may also ignite your ujjayi breath by bringing just the slightest constriction to the back of the throat, giving the breath warmth and texture, like a whisper or an ocean wave. And gently flutter your eyes open, but keep the gaze soft. Slide the hands to the outside of the thighs, and then close the knees together like a book. Feel your lower back begin to press into the mat, and then bring the legs into tabletop position so that the shins are parallel to the floor. Knees should be stacking right over hips. Hug that imaginary block in between your thighs, and then take your hands. Press your hands into your thighs, and then press your thighs back into your hands in an isometric muscle contraction. See that your back is firmly planted on the mat, especially the low back, so the low belly is engaged here. We'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Set the feet down on the mat so that the ankles stack right underneath the knees. We'll flow through a few rounds of dynamic bridge. So pressing the feet into the mat, inhale, lift the hips, simultaneously sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower everything down. Again, inhale, lift, peel the spine up, lift the hips, lift the arms. And then exhale, lower everything down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift up. And this time on your exhale, just lower your arms. Keep your chest and your hips lifted. Press the backs of the arms, the hands, the backs of the shoulders into the mat to puff up the chest and lift the hips a little bit higher. Lengthen across the front line of the body, thinking energy out the kneecaps. Continue to hug the thighs into midline, engage the belly, and then see if you can soften the ribs. One more inhale here. And then exhale, peel the spine back down, one vertebra at a time. And then go ahead and step the feet out to the edges of the mat. Open your arms out into a T. And then drop both knees over to the right. Bring your gaze over your left fingertips. Just a gentle supine twist here. I'm beginning to warm up the spine. Wake up the core. I apologize, there's so much cat hair in my house. Always on my face, and it tickles and itches, so. Oh. And then inhale your knees back up through center. And then exhale, drop them both over to the left. Bring your gaze over your right fingertips. Keep breathing. Inhale the knees back up to center, and then hug the knees into your chest. Place your hands on top of your knees and then just draw some little circles. So we're massaging the low back here. And then reverse directions. Coming back into stillness and then gently rolling yourself over onto one side, pausing for a full round of breath here in fetal pose. And then on your next inhale, pressing yourself up. We'll meet in Sukhasana, an easy cross-legged seat. Maybe peel the flesh away from the sits bones so you can really feel grounded here. Lengthen through your spine, stacking vertebra and vertebra. Hands can rest on the knees, and we'll just begin with a few slow head circles. So gentle head circles. Thinking of drawing a circle with the chin rather than dumping the weight of the skull into the spine as we come through the back side of this circle. And then go ahead and reverse other way. Nice and slow and gentle. So waking up that cervical spine. And then coming back to neutral. And we'll circle our ribs here. Linking movement to breath. Inhale as you bring your heart forward. And exhale as you press into your knees. Pull the navel back, round. Inhale to arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And then other way. Inhale at the front, reversing directions. Exhale. Try to get as much range of motion here as you can. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. And then coming back into a neutral spine. Bring your fingertips just behind your hip bones. We're going to lean back and we're going to just reverse the cross of our legs. From here, we'll take a dynamic twist. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, open to the right. Just the chest is twisting. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, open to the right. This time we stay. Left hand to the top of the knee, right hand to the sacrum. Lengthen the spine as you roll the shoulders onto the back. Lift your heart. Bring the air out as you exhale. Drawing the navel in and up. Find that lift and tone of the pelvic floor. One more inhale, lengthening from root to crown. Feel the energy travel up the spine, the Sushumna channel. And then exhale, release that energy from your crown. Twist a little deeper as you spiral to the right. And inhale, back up through center, arms sweep up alongside the ears. Exhale, open to the left, right hand on the top of the knee, left hand to the sacrum. Roll the shoulders back as you lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in and up. Find that lift and tone of the pelvic floor. Spiral the heart to the left. One more full round of breath here. Deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms back up through center. Exhale, hands to your heart. Coming now to tabletop, all fours. Stack wrists right under shoulders, fingers wide, index finger, and pointing straight forward. And then think of really engaging the finger pads here like you have little gecko feet here in your hands. Also thinking of drawing index finger to thumb. This is going to take the weight and the pressure out of the wrists. From here, I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to step it out to the right. My toes point straight forward. And from here, I'll flow through a few rounds of cat-cow. So I'm going to inhale as I drop my belly, slide the heels of my hands back toward my body energetically. They're not actually moving. And then exhale, I'm going to press down as I dome out my upper back, my thoracic spine, rounding. Inhale, arch. Two more just like that. Lift the tail, lift the heart. Exhale, push the mat away. Cat pose. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. One more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Inhaling back into a neutral spine. Walk the hands back toward the knee and come into a kneeling position. From here, we come into gate pose. Slide your right hand on the outside of your right thigh. Reach your left fingertips up alongside your ear. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, side bend to the right. Really think of that connection of the left knee to the mat, and then lengthen through the fingertips of the left hand. And feel that space you're creating all along the left side of your body. Maybe you gaze down at the floor or straight ahead, or maybe you take your gaze up to the ceiling. One more round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling through center. And then exhale. Let's come onto the left hand and do a supported side plank. I'm going to lift my right leg so that's parallel with my hips. And then I'm going to bring my right arm up overhead. We'll do some oblique crunches here. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. From here, inhale, lengthen. Go ahead and bring that right arm so it points straight up. We're just going to pulse this right leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, come right back into your gate pose. So sweep up, cartwheel the arms, and then take that side bend to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, place the hands on the mat under the shoulders. And then we'll come into a twist and thread here. So inhale, sweep the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left armpit. Melt the chest into the bicep. Extend the left arm forward, press into the mat. And come back to the breath. Is it deep? Is it smooth? Is it full? Is it even? And if not, can you make it so? On your next inhale, slide that left hand back under your shoulder. Sweep the right fingertips back up to the sky in your twist. And then exhale, right hand comes to the mat. Right knee comes to the mat. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left foot steps out, toes point straight forward. We'll flow through 3 rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine. Exhale, push the mat away as you round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Walk the hands back towards your knees. And then come into a kneeling position. Left hand slides down the outside of the left leg. Right fingertips up to the sky. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you side bend to the left. Again, feel that connection to the right knee on the mat. Find that length from your knee all the way through your right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. Maybe bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhaling up through center. Exhale as you bring the right fingertips or palm to the floor and then float the left leg in our supported side plank. See if you can bring the leg in line with the hip. And then inhale, reach that left hand up alongside your ear. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, lengthen. You can reach the left fingertips just straight up now. And then we're going to pulse this left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you lengthen, and then as you exhale, cartwheel the arms back over as you drop the left foot. Side bend, gate pose to the left. Inhale back up through center. Exhale as you bring your hands under your shoulders. Taking our twist. Inhale, left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, left arm threads under right armpit. Melt your chest into your bicep. Walk that right hand forward. Press the palm down. And soft bend in the left knee is okay. We don't want to lock that knee out. Belly is working here. It's a gentle tone, a little lift of the navel throughout our practice. And on your next inhale, slide that right hand back under your shoulder. Press into the mat as you sweep your left fingertips back to the sky, coming back into your twist. And then exhale, left hand comes to the mat. Left knee comes to the mat. From here, we'll come into puppy pose with prayer hands. So just walk the elbows out, keeping the hips high. Bring the palms to touch. Drop the forehead. And then nestle the thumbs into the nape of the neck. Again, notice if you're dumping into your low back and just find just the slightest tuck of the tail and engagement of the low belly to take that sway, that deep sway of the low back. So we get a little bit more of an arching in the upper and the mid back. Breathing into the sticky places. Sending energy there, breath there. And on your next inhale, release the palms back to the mat, stacking them under the shoulders. We'll tuck our toes here. We're going to hover our knees about 2 inches off the mat. So think of hugging everything into midline. There's this spiraling of the biceps forward. The thighs are hugging in, belly button is lifting. You can feel the outer glutes turn on here. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal out your feet. Maybe you want to add a little twist. What's your body calling for? Take a moment to explore that. Maybe lift and lower both heels a few times. I like to lift both heels, then bend the knees, really finding more length, almost finding a cow back. And then from there, lowering the heels down toward the mat. Maybe they don't touch, that's okay. Sort of just energetically drawing them there. I'm feeling that really wonderful stretch along the back side of the legs and the whole side body. Spiraling the biceps up to the cheekbones. I think the shoulders really strong and engaged here. From here, we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, meeting in a forward fold. You can widen the stance just a little bit, bend into the knees, and come into ragdoll pose. So grabbing opposite elbows, finding a gentle sway side to side. Maybe forward and back. Maybe you give the head a gentle shake. And then come into stillness. Notice which arm is crossed in front, and then reverse the cross. From here, sunflowers to the right. Inhale as you blossom, rise. Keep the arms as they are. And exhale, fold over the left. Keeping that little bend in the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Reverse, other way. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Release the fingertips to the mat, and on an inhale, bending the knees, roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Let your arms, your head, your neck be heavy. And then at the top, inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, glide the shoulder blades down onto the back. We meet in Tadasana, mountain pose, with the palms facing straight forward. If the feet are not already stacked under the hips, go ahead and bring them in a little bit. Crown down to the four corners of the feet. Hug everything into midline. Tailbone points straight down, belly is toned. Slightest little rolling back of the shoulders and lift of the heart. And then ears stack right over shoulders, hips and ankles. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to add a side bend. Inhale, arms sweep up. Find your Kali Mudra. So interlace all the fingers except the index finger and the thumb. I don't really have room here to lengthen because my ceiling is too low, but inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, take a side bend to the right. Keeping the fingers interlaced, grounding down through the left foot. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, side bend. Now to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you trace your fingers along the ceiling, finding a little back bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, open the arms wide. Swan dive. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and walk your hands out. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. From here, you're going to inhale, lift your heels, and then exhale, articulate your spine to lower down into plank pose. Take a moment here to organize your body. Feel the legs really turning on here, really pushing you forward so that the shoulders are stacked right over the wrists or even maybe over the fingertips. From here, inhale, and then exhale. Let the belly engage the movement as you come back. So movement starts with the navel. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, articulate down. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, take it back. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then from here, go ahead and lower all the way down onto the belly. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So bring the elbows right underneath your shoulders. And then pull the heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Lift the belly, forearm plank. From here, we're going to diagonal the left forearm. Turn onto the outside of the left foot. Open up into side plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Back into your forearm plank. Drop the hips. Untuck the toes. Pull the heart forward. Sphinx. Inhale. Exhale. Forearm plank. Inhale as you begin to shift. And then exhale into your side forearm plank. Inhale here. And then exhale back to your forearm plank. Drop the hips. Pull the heart forward. One more time each side. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Coming into your side plank. Maybe you float that top leg. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, lift up. Turning over onto the side. Maybe we float the leg. Inhale. And then exhale, coming back into forward plank. Lower the hips, pull the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, spin the elbows out wide as you lower your forehead down. Slide the hands alongside the ribs. Tuck the toes. Option to press the knees down or keep the legs lifted and press straight up through your plank into your downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. Full complete exhale. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, sweep up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands along your sides. Pause for just a moment in Tadasana. I'm going to open this window to get a little more light. I can see it's so dark. I don't know if this will help because it's backlit, but it might. So breathing in your Tadasana. Maybe closing the eyes, coming back to the breath, turning inward. Let's take a cleansing breath together here at the top of our mats. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, sigh the air out. Ah. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back into your plank pose. We'll do 5 good push-ups here. So inhaling as you lower and using your exhale to lift. It's not yoga breath, but it is helpful to me to exhale when I'm doing the work. So 3 more. Go at your own pace. You can always skip this too. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift your right leg high. Take a moment to stack the hip, bend the knee, and then roll out the ankle here. And then point the toe, squeeze the heel to the glutes, circle the hip. I really love this, so I do it a lot in my classes. And then go ahead and reverse those knee circles. So just moving that femur bone around the head of the femur bone in the hip socket. And then re-extend that right leg, square the hips. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose, tiger pose. Really think cat back here. Inhale, re-extend that right leg. And then exhale, the right knee, right armpit. Inhale, extend the right leg again. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. From here, we'll come into our fallen triangle. So we'll extend this right leg out and then push it forward. Bringing weight onto the right hand, coming onto the inside edge or the bottom of my left foot. Lift the left fingertips up to the sky. Maybe begin to open your heart. Inhale here, and then exhale, lower your hips. Yes, reach the left hand toward the right feet. And then we're gonna sweep through center to bring the left hand to the mat and open up into our fallen triangle. I don't know if I said star the first time, fallen triangle, on the other side. So now I lift up onto my left hand. Maybe I open my chest to the ceiling, inhale. And then exhale, lower the hips. Sweep across to the other side. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, bring your left hand to the mat. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Pull the right knee into the chest. And then we're going to flip over into our wild thing. So now my left hand at the outside edge of my left foot is my base. Ball of my right foot comes to the floor. Lift your chest. Reach your right arm forward. Wild thing. Inhale here. And then exhale. Bring your right hand to the mat. See if you can pull your right knee straight into your chest. And then step it through into your runner's lunge. Shorten your stance as needed. Come high on the ball of the back foot. And then on an inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Stay here for the exhale. Take a moment. Soften the ribs. Find the pelvis in a neutral position. Stack that right knee right over the right ankle. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, tick-tock the arms to 12 and 6. Really think of grounding down the outside edge of that back foot. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Runner's lunge. Coming into lizard lunge here, you can heel toe the front foot out and then drop the back knee. Option to stay here on your hands. Option to come down to your forearms. Keep this right knee tracking in line with the toes. I like to roll out onto the outside edge of my right foot and allow this knee to open. If you like the twist, here you can take the right hand, press it into the right thigh as you peel your heart open to the ceiling, just deepening that twist a little bit. Stay really strong in this left shoulder. Make sure not to collapse. And keep the belly working here to protect the low back. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. You can tuck that back toe, heel toe the right foot in between the hands. Inhale here, and then exhale, step the left foot back. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Or always an option to skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, open the hip, stacking left on top of right, bend the knee. Take a moment, roll out the ankle here. Make sure to go both directions and then squeeze the heel to the glute. You can point that left foot and then you can begin to circle this knee, drawing maybe tiny circles, maybe bigger circles. What feels okay in your body today? And then other way, just lubricating that hip joint. Boy. Whew. And then re-extend, square the hips. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, right armpit. Hold it here. Extend that right leg out. Begin to turn on the inside edge of the bottom of the right foot. Left leg extends. Hips lift. Maybe find a little opening of the heart here. Fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Begin to sweep that right arm around, across the left toes, through the center, to the other side. Right hand is our base now. We lift up. Fallen triangle, other side. Inhale here. And then exhale, lower down. Sweep across the center. And inhale, lift up. And then exhale, bring your hands onto the mat. Turn onto the ball of the right foot. Get the hands under the shoulders. You can adjust if you need to. Bring that left knee into your chest and then just roll right over into your wild thing. Super strong, that bottom arm. Really lift the hips. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring your left hand to the mat. See if you can bring the left knee to your chest and step it right through to your runner's lunge. Adjust your stance as needed. And then inhale, rise up. You're like cat. Checking it out. Crescent lunge. Spiral the pinkies inward here. Notice if you're like me, I'm flaring my ribs out. I do that a lot. One option here is to find a little bend in this back knee. It's going to help you find this neutral position in the pelvis. And then, so you can see the difference, right? So here, and then see if you can keep that and then straighten the back leg. Maybe it doesn't straighten all the way. That's okay because we're not flaring out the ribs and overarching the lumbar spine. So from here, inhale, grow taller. And then exhale, open up. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Heel to arch alignment. These left knee tracking right in line with the left toes. I should be able to see my big toe on this side. And then extended side angle. Inhale as we shift forward. Exhale, tick-tock your arms. Maybe we gaze up toward the ceiling. And the left thigh is spiraling open and out. Right thigh is actually finding an internal rotation. Very interesting. And then inhale, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. We'll come into our lizard lunge here. So heel toe the left foot out, drop the back knee. Come onto the forearms if you did so on the other side. And if you liked that twist, you can allow your foot, keep this foot really active and flexed, rolling out onto the outside edge and then really engaging here in this bottom arm, pressing this thigh out just to get a little deeper twist. Keep the belly working, looking really broad across the collarbones. We're not collapsing, but really opening. So much of yoga is opening, lengthening, strengthening. A lot of working with opposition too. One more inhale here. And then exhale, come on back to center. You can heel toe that left foot in. And then step the left foot back, exhaling through your chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to do that one more time. We'll move a little more quickly, linking movement to breath. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Maybe step back with the opposite foot that you did the first time. We'll do 5 push-ups here again. So at your own pace. And maybe you skip it and rest in child's pose. Ooh. And then when you finish, go ahead and shift back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, stack the hip, bend the knee. No circles this time. Inhale, re-extend the leg, square the hips. Exhale, knee to your chest, tiger pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee, left armpit, open up. Fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips, sweep across to the other side. Inhale, lift, other side. Exhale, lower down, sweep across. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, right knee to your chest, turn onto the ball of the left foot, and then flip over into your wild thing. Inhale as you lift your heart. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Pivot all the way around into your runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. We will skip the lizard and just press into the hands. Just sweep that right foot straight back. Maybe we take an Ekapada Chaturanga here, or just drop the toes. Flow through whatever variation you choose. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, open the knee, stack the hips, and the knee. No rolling here. Inhale as you re-extend, square the hips. Exhale, knee to your chest. Tiger pose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Go ahead and turn onto the inside edge. Extend that leg. Inhale as you open your heart, lift your hips. Exhale as you lower, sweep across. Inhale, other side, fallen triangle. Exhale, lower the hips, sweep across. Inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale, pivot onto the ball of the right foot, right hand comes down. Sweep that leg through and around. Wild thing, inhale here. Exhale, left hand to the mat, left knee to your chest, runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the foot, runner's lunge. No lizard, sweep the left foot back. Flow through chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here. Let's take a few cleansing breaths. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, side the air out. One more deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, side the air out. From here, inhale, look forward. Maybe bend the knees. And then maybe lightly hop as you exhale to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. Go ahead and release your palms alongside your body. Pausing for a moment in Tadasana Mountain Pose to regroup. Finding that solid foundation, building from the ground up. Four corners, pressing into the mat, hugging everything into midline. Feet can be hips width or big toe touching, your choice. Coming back to the breath. On your next inhale, sit the hips back, Utkatasana chair pose. So weight is in the heels, hug the thighs into midline. Find that little tiny tuck of the tail to take this over sway out of the low back, but then keep the chest lifted, spiral the pinkies inward. Maybe you sit a little bit deeper here. One more inhale, and then exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So the option of lifting your heels here as you sweep the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the pinkies toward one another. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe you sit a little bit deeper. And then inhale, Ekapada or Urdhva. Drop the right heel, lift the left leg. 90-degree bend at the knee, reach the fingertips to the sky. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. See that they stay balanced as you open the left knee out. And then you may reach down to capture the ankle, tree pose. Foot can press into thigh, shin, ankle. You can even kickstand it if you like. Also an option for a half lotus here. It is not accessible to me, but if it is to you, by all means, go for it. Press foot into thigh and thigh into foot to help balance the pelvis and the hips. And then maybe bring your hands to your heart. Perhaps you grow your branches of your tree up to the sky. Maybe you bring your gaze up too. Lifting the gaze always adds a balance challenge. So for greatest stability, we keep our eyes toward the ground. And as we lift our eyes, our gaze, we'll find it becomes a little more challenging to balance. From here, inhale, bring your arms back up alongside your ears and square your hips again. And then exhale, warrior three. Hinge forward, bring your hands to your heart. Extend the left leg behind you with the toes pointing straight down. See if you can bring the leg and the chest to parallel with the mat. Fly the arms back. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, bend into the right knee as you gently lower the left toes down, flying crescent. One more inhale here. Lengthen from heel to crown. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, sweep open, warrior two. Stay for the exhale, adjust your stance. Moving into Trikonasana triangle pose. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, shift forward, tick-tock the arms. Maybe you bring your gaze to the ceiling. Quads are really engaged here. Four corners of the feet pressing into the mat. One more inhale. And then as I exhale, I'm going to bring my left hand to my left hip. We're going to move into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So I'm going to bend a little bit into my front knee. I bring my gaze maybe about 6 to 12 inches in front of my right toes. I'm going to step my back foot in a little bit, and then I'm going to pour the weight into my standing leg to come into half moon. Notice that my left hip is open. So my hip point is pointing to the side, as are my toes. Flexing the foot really helps here. Okay, you can become very light on this bottom hand. Find your variation here. Eyes on the ground again is always the greatest stability. If it feels okay, lift the left fingertips up to the sky and then maybe begin to play with bringing your gaze up Ooh, see, that makes it extra challenging for me. So play your edge, right? Embrace the weebles and the wobbles, because that's where the growth happens. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, you can bring your gaze back to the ground, bend into that front knee, and slowly transition back through warrior two into reverse triangle. Inhale, open up, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Arms can come out into a T, or they can come to your hips. Spin the feet to parallel. Walk the hands in between your legs, and then draw the crown of your head down toward the mat. If you have an inversion in your practice, you can explore that now. And if you're upside down, go ahead and come out of your inversion, and we'll inhale to halfway lift. Hands come under the shoulders. And we'll exhale as we bend into the left knee, coming into Skandasana at the back of the mat. Really keep the undercarriage here working. Keep the right toes flexed up to the ceiling. This leg is really strong. Maybe our hands stay on the mat. Maybe we find a little counterbalance. Maybe we even find a little bit of a twist, bringing the back of the left arm to the left knee and then opening the right fingertips to the sky. Find your layer and then breathe. One more inhale here. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the mat. Crawl your way over, coming back into your runner's lunge. From here, pressing into the hands, we're going to come into a side plank. So we're going to come into the left side. I'm going to turn on the outside edge of my left foot, press into my left hand. And then maybe I stagger the feet or stack the feet. Vashisthasana, side plank. Maybe I even reach around for the toe and see if I can take. From here, inhale, and then exhale, whatever layer you're on, we're going to step back into our wild thing again. So inhale as you lift your heart. And then exhale, bring the hands to the mat as you spin back into your plank. And from here, flow through your chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Lift the heels. And exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips back. Stay for the exhale, sit a little bit deeper. And then inhale, rise up, find a little back bend. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Same thing, other side. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips back. Stay for the exhale, squeeze the thighs into midline. One more inhale here, keep that chest lifted. Exhale, sweep the arms back, chair plane. Or drinking bird as you lift the heels. Sink a little deeper, hug everything into midline. Inhale, Ekapada, drop the left heel, sweep the arms up. Right leg lifts. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Open that right knee out. Bring the right foot to the inside of the thigh, the shin, or the ankle. Take a moment, press leg and foot into one another. Maybe bring the hands to the heart, or if you did so on the other side, maybe you grow your branches up to the sky. Maybe we lift the gaze. Keep grounding through the four corners of the standing foot. Notice if you're rolling onto the outside edge, really plug that big toe mound down into the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, square the hips. Release the foot. Exhale, hinge forward, warrior three. Try to find your torso and your leg parallel with the floor. Pressing your hands into one another, lengthening from heel to crown. Reach your fingertips behind you. Inhale. Exhale, bend into that left knee as you slowly, slowly, slowly lower the right toes down, flying crescent. Inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms open. Warrior two. Straightening the front leg. Exhale your way into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Think of everything here being in a nice line. Tailbone pointing straight down to the, not straight down, but back toward the right heel. So I'm clipping this left buttock under. I'm going to stack my hips as much as I can. Inhale here, and then exhale as you bring your right hand to your right hip. Begin to bend into this left knee. I'm going to scoot back because I don't quite have enough room, I don't think. So shortening the stance, bringing the gaze forward, and then pouring the weight slowly with control into that standing leg. Notice if the side feels different, right? Maybe this one's a little more challenging. Definitely is for me. And then whatever level, layer, variation you chose on the other side, play with that on this side as well. For me, that challenge is shifting my gaze here away from the floor. And then coming back to your breath, right? Can you smooth it out and deepen it? Trying to keep the chest really broad here. And one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring your gaze back down to the floor as you bend into the front knee. Transition nicely into your Vajrasana 2, and then going right into your reverse triangle. Oh. And then inhale, open up, star pose. Exhale, let's come to interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, chest expansion, lift your heart. And exhale, forward fold. Give your head a shake. You can release the hands down to the mat if you'd like. And again, if you didn't play with an inversion on the other side and you'd like to now, that is an option. Maybe headstand is in your practice. If you took the inversion, go ahead and come down. And as you inhale, halfway left hands under the shoulders. Exhale as you bend into the right knee. Skandasana at the back of the mat. If you did the twist on the other side, same thing here. Back of the right arm comes into the inside of this right knee. Right hand is at a diagonal, pressing into the floor. Inhale as you sweep your left fingertips open. Keep breathing. One more inhale here. And then exhale, spider crawl your way back around to the front and to your runner's lunge. Coming into our side plank again. On the other side, pressing into the right hand, opening up onto the outside edge of this right foot. Choosing your layer here, right? Maybe we stagger, stack, lift, or we even try this variation that I've kind of been playing with. I find that for this one, you actually have to lift up onto the bottom of the foot. So maybe I'll do another class where I explain it in more detail, but find your layer of side plank. And then when you're ready, release the foot behind you to come into wild thing. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, unwind. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here, deep inhale. Full complete exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, hop gently to the top of your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips back. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment, pause in Tadasana. Flow through that sequence. One more time on each side, moving a little more quickly, linking movement to breath. Take a moment to regroup, recenter. And then on your next inhale, sit your hips back, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Inhale, Ekapada, drop the right heel. Exhale, open the leg, place the foot, tree pose. Inhale, grow your branches. Exhale, hands come back to your heart, square the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward, warrior three. Inhale, fly the arms. Exhale, bend into the front knee, lower the back foot, flying crescent. Inhale, sweep open, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, shift forward, Trikonasana as you exhale. Inhale here, exhale, left hand to left hip. Bring your gaze forward, bend into that front knee. Inhale, exhale, pour the weight. Find your Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly with control, back through Virabhadrasana 2. Woo! Inhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, back through center, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into the left leg, Skandasana. Inhale here. Exhale, walk yourself around, runner's lunge. Inhale, open up, side plank, whichever variation you choose. Exhale, step the foot behind, lift the heart, wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, spin back over into your plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale as you lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Inhale, drop the left heel, rise up, Ekapada. Exhale, hands to your heart, open your hip, place the foot. Inhale, grow your branches. Exhale, hands to your heart, square your hip. Stay here for the inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend the arms, slowly lower the foot. Inhale, sweep open. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, shift, tick-tock. Triangle pose. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring your gaze to the floor. Right hand to right hip, bend into the knee. Inhale. Exhale as you pour the weight into the standing leg. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly with control, bend into the standing leg to lower down into your warrior two. Inhale. Reverse your triangle. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, open up, star pose. Exhale, release the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift your heart, chest extension. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Inhale, release the hands to the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Flex the left toes to the ceiling. Skandasana. Inhale here. Exhale, walk yourself around, across, back to the front runner's lunge. Inhale here. And then exhale into your side plank, whichever variation you choose. Inhale. Exhale, drop the back foot, open the heart to the ceiling, wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, spin yourself back over into your plank and through your chaturanga. Inhale as you lift your heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into a downward facing dog. Moving into half pigeon here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring that leg underneath you. Right ankle behind left wrist. Squaring the hips, finding that left leg straight behind you with the top of the foot pressing into the mat. Inhale as you lengthen here. There's an option to bring a pillow underneath this right hip to help balance the hips. And then exhale, you can walk yourself out over that front leg, really melting into this shape. Noticing where you're gripping, where you can let go. Peeling back the layers in this shape. Every time I think I've really let go and sunk as deep as I'm going to sink, I notice that I'm gripping again. So really interesting in this shape. Your next inhale, walk your hands under your shoulders. We're going to come into a seated twist from here. So I'll just shift my weight into my right hip, and then I'm going to swing the left leg around, looking down onto both sits bones. His left foot can plug in front of the knee, or you can step it across. The idea, though, is that we want to keep the sits bones grounded. So in our seated twist, the fingertips come behind the hip. Keep the shoulder really open, so you can use this kickstand to really lengthen through your spine. Inhale as you sweep your right arm up, and exhale, come into a twist. You can bring your elbow to the knee, or even a little hug or the back of the arm. Really stay broad across the chest. Inhale as you lengthen, and exhale as you twist a little deeper. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and unwind. Take a little counter, plug your finger pads into the mat on the other side, and then just tuck your chin and your tail and find a little rounding of the spine here. Maybe gently rock your head side to side. And then inhale, we'll come out, sweep that left leg back around. Coming through our pigeon, tucking the toes, and then just stepping back to a downward facing dog. Take a moment, pedal up the feet here. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. And then exhale, step it through. Half pigeon, left ankle behind right wrist. And the shin may be parallel, or it might be with the heel closer to the hip. For me, the heel is pretty close to the hip. That's just where my flexibility is, and that's okay. Inhale here as we lengthen. And then exhale again as we fold over that front leg. Noticing how this side might feel different than the other without judgment. Curiosity, wonder, awe. Noticing those sticky places, the places where you're holding on, where you're gripping. Sending the breath there. The awareness, the energy, the prana. Seeing if you can loosen. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Allow the breath to deepen and slow. On your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands back under your shoulders to press yourself up. Pour the weight into the left hip as you sweep the right leg around, coming into the seated twist on this side. Sits bones ground. Sit tall. Right hand is your kickstand. Lift the heart. Broaden across the collarbones. Lift the left fingertips to the sky as you inhale. And exhale, twist to the right toward the bent knee. Whatever variation you did on the other side, attempt to do the same on this side. Seeking balance and equanimity in our physical body. And then hopefully in our minds as well. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you twist. And inhaling to unwind, coming into the counter, pressing the fingertips into the mat, rounding the spine. Gentle shake of the head here. Again, inhale to unwind, sweep that leg back around behind you, moving through your half pigeon, tuck the toes, step the left foot back, downward facing dog, pedal out the feet, find that little twist. And then go ahead and lower the knees. Coming into child's pose, let's come into this variation with the arms back and the knees together. Letting the shoulders and the elbows really melt into the mat. Then coming into rabbit pose, we'll cup the heels with the hands and inhale as we slide the nose toward the knees, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. Very little or no weight in the crown of the head here. One more inhale. And then exhale, lower the hips, roll yourself up into a kneeling position. And then shift your weight over to one side. We'll come into Baddha Konasana, bound angle, pressing the feet together. Just a few rounds of dynamic movement here. Bringing the heels pretty close to the groins, actively pressing the feet into one another. Hands can come to your ankles. And then we'll inhale as we lengthen forward and exhale as we roll back up. Inhale as we lengthen forward. Exhale as we roll up. And then this time we'll inhale as we lengthen forward. Walk the hands out and just pause here. Again, notice if you're holding any tension in the head and neck, and if you are, just give it a gentle shake. Keep pressing the feet together. Toes and feet are active here. And your next inhale, roll yourself back up. And then bring your hands to the outside of your knees, close them like a book, and then step your feet out a little wider and hips width, maybe about a little wider than the mat. And your heels are pressing into the mat, feet are flexed. Bring your finger pads behind you. We'll just do a little twist here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, drop both knees over to the right. And you can twist to the right. Allow this left hip to lift. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. And then inhale through center. Exhale, other side. And inhale through center. Exhale, other side. And then inhale, center. Let's come into Dandasana. Extend the legs straight out. Ground the sits bones. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Maybe bring your arms up, overhead alongside your ears. Inhale, and then exhale. Come into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. You can walk the hands out if that feels better. And it's okay to bend the knees here. This doesn't need to be, trying to jam yourself into some really horribly uncomfortable, inaccessible shape, right? We lengthen to create space, and then we bow down and sink a little deeper, meeting our bodies where they are today. Knowing everybody's different. And that's okay. It's good. Now on your next inhale, roll yourself back up into a seated position. We'll scooch down a little bit further on our mat. And maybe you want to do a last little bit of core work here. Press your feet into the mat. Reach your fingertips forward. Find a C curve in your back, tucking the tail, tucking the chin. Gaze is on the pubic bone or the navel. See if you can keep your feet pressing into the mat as you lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. So slow. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. And we'll come into happy baby. Flex the feet. Grab onto the ankles, the back. thighs, the shins, or the outside edges of the feet, and just pull the knees down toward the armpits. Lengthen the spine. Start in stillness, grounding the sacrum, grounding the shoulders, really plugging the arm bones into the sockets here. And then if it's calling to you, you can begin to find some movement. The gentle rock side to side, extending one leg and then the other, or both. Letting go of any control over the breath. Maybe fluttering the lips or taking a nice sigh. Let's take a moment to explore what your body's calling for, getting any wiggles out before we come to rest in Shavasana. On your next inhale, we're going to curl up into a tiny little ball, wrapping arms around shins, knees to chest, chin to chest. Inhale, hold the breath at the top. Exhale, long body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, point your toes. Inhale, lengthen as long as you can. And then exhale, let it all go. We'll be resting in Shavasana for just a few minutes. So find a comfortable position. Sometimes that means bending the knees with the feet wider than hips width and letting the knees fall in. A little more support in the lower back. Sometimes that means hands on belly or hand on belly, hand on heart for a little more grounding. Sometimes it means arms overhead. And just take a moment. And then settle. Let your bones be heavy on the mat and let go of any effort here. Dissolve into this present moment. Relax completely. No, I'll lead you out in just a few minutes. Slowly bring your awareness back into the room. Notice sounds and sensations around you. Begin to deepen your breath as you bring your awareness back into your physical body. Slowly inviting small movements, maybe rocking the head side to side, or wiggling fingers and toes. And gradually allow those movements to get a little bit bigger. Take a little bit of time to explore what your body's calling for, maybe a twist or a long body stretch, maybe rolling wrists and ankles, maybe a twist or a side bend. And as you're ready, gently roll over onto one side. We'll pause for just a few moments in fetal pose, asana of rebirth. A wonderful reminder that every moment, every day, and every single breath is an opportunity to begin again. Fresh start, fresh perspective, new beginning. Slowly press yourself up, make your way into a comfortable seat. We'll seal our practice together today with one more round of breath. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to your heart. It is my honor to share this practice with you. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Thanks for being here. I hope you're finding lots of things to be grateful for this holiday season. And whatever you're doing, I hope you stay safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.